KP's Video News, y'all. It's KP's Video News, y'all. It's KP's Video News, y'all. It's KP's Video News, y'all.
That's right. It's KP's Video News, y'all. Yes, indeed. Telling you folks, every day that goes past, well, today is the other day I did a show that was on Super Bowl Sunday. Today I'm doing a show on Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Hope you enjoy your day today. Get your Valentine's Day candy, whatever. Hey, it is what it is. Some of you cats are going to be out there scrambling, trying to get these last minute procrastination gifts. And you're probably going to get price gouged for waiting to the last minute. Yep, now you're going to get gouged. That $10 box of candy is going to now cost you $30. Then tomorrow you'll be able to get it for $5. Oh well, man, what a scam. All these holidays are nothing but a scam to me, man. It's all the money grab. But anyway, hey, KP's Video News. Poof. Live. We's on the air. Yep. Anyway, let me get serious here because I have some serious stories. There's body cam footage of the Raleigh, North Carolina Police Department. They use a TASER on this particular individual, 32-year-old Daryl Williams, passed away on the 17th of January following an encounter with the Raleigh Police Department, and this footage just got released today, and it's February 14th. Incident happened on January 17th, a month later. Anyway, Williams was in the driver's seat of a vehicle when officers conducting a proactive patrol. And what is a proactive patrol? I have to look that up. According to an incident report, the report states that the officers noticed the open container of alcohol and marijuana in the car and asked the occupant to step out. An officer reportedly decided to arrest Williams after finding a folded dollar bill with a white powdery substance consistent with the appearance of cocaine during the strip search. Wow, you mean they did a strip search on him on the street? Wow. Body cam footage release shows Williams telling officers about his heart issues and asking, "Why are you doing this to me?" Police have said Williams was stunned 3 times as officers sought to take him into custody, and he resisted. He was taken into a hospital and passed away just an hour after the arrest. In the footage, the officers heard saying, "Relax, chill out." Officers then became worried about whether he still had a pulse, but they turned him over and said he's breathing. One of the videos begins with Williams already on the ground while officers kneeling over him. He can be heard moaning. After Williams was handcuffed, he became unresponsive and stopped breathing. Paramedics was called at 2 a.m. and then again just 4 minutes later. Officers at the scene gave Williams CPR until medics arrived. He was pronounced deceased at 3 a.m. at a nearby hospital. Police seized 2 weapons, marijuana, and suspected controlled substances inside the car. 6 officers involved in the arrest are on administrative leave, and investigation by the State Bureau of Investigation is underway. Williams' mother, Sonia Williams, has said she wanted the officers to be terminated and prosecuted, and she stated that her heart is just broken to see the way that he was treated. It was like he had killed somebody. Okay, all right. If drugs were involved, give him a ticket or something like that, take him to jail or whatever. But as far as tasing, that was uncalled for. And she says she's seeking justice for her son. From news to politics, travel to sport, I'm telling you, man, this is just something, this is like constantly happening. However, when you start thinking about these particular stories, and it always involves a, not always, but it involves a black person involved is dying at the hands of the police department. And black people will go out and they will protest and they will do what they have to do to bring this to the attention of the media. However, under the same circumstances, I really truly don't understand, because white people are being murdered by the police department actually at a higher rate than black people are. But as far as white people complaining about the situation, they really don't have anything to say. They don't have anything to say about the police department killing their own. And but black people, I guess we're more united than people think we are, because we will definitely protest and we will definitely uh, do what we have to do to get some type of justice for our people when we think that they're being done wrong. And that's really a sad situation, man. It's a sad situation. I'm telling you, man. These guys just don't get it. I don't know. I don't. It's like they just turn a blind eye to their own people getting murdered by the police department. But we, black people refuse. We refuse to turn a blind eye to that inhumane treatment. We've been getting it for the longest. Okay, here's another story about law enforcement. Helicopters. Helicopters routinely buzz around the greater Los Angeles area. Sidebar, I can definitely attest to this, because at one time me and my girlfriend had an apartment on 64th and Harvard down in Los Angeles. And right down the street from Harvard Park, every single solitary night, the police sheriff's helicopter would fly over our apartment, over our house. I mean, they would fly, man, so low it seemed like they would be coming through your back window, and it was loud, extremely loud. So if you were asleep, you were going to get that helicopter noise was going to awaken you. Anyway, back to the story. But in certain neighborhoods, they swoop in low and loud. Say two community groups that are studying the effects of helicopters on the health of county residents. The higher proportion of black population, the lower the altitude of the helicopter, said Nicholas Shapiro, an assistant professor of biology and society at UCLA and director of the Carceral Ecologies Lab. The groups are suing the Los Angeles Sheriff Department, saying that it has not released records about its helicopter fleet for more than 6 months. By not releasing the records, the department is keeping researchers from better understanding the effects of helicopters on the health of county residents, especially on their sleep. The lab and the Stop LAPD Spying LA Coalition said they have been studying law enforcement use of helicopters for more than a year. Through the public records request, the groups are seeking the fleet's tail numbers, as well as information about how many people work on the fleet maintenance and within the department's Aero Bureau. The groups also are looking for the budget and the financial documents related to operating and maintaining the fleet. That information, Shapiro maintains, will help the public better understand the true cost of helicopter fleet in the city of LA. And the LA controller, Mayhaw, recently announced that his department was starting an audit of the effectiveness of LAPD helicopter operations. Helicopters are a real nuisance, said Matos Kadane, a community organizer with the Stop LAPD Spying Coalition. That is especially true if you're black or brown, if you live in a neighborhood that's predominantly black or brown or poor. Shapiro said the groups have found that in every census block of LA County that is more than 40% black, the median elevation of the helicopters is below 1,000 feet. The minimum safe altitude for congested areas is set by the FAA. Kadane said having low-flying helicopters could cause issues of the residents' sleep. It could also create a threatening atmosphere for communities that are already weary of the police. In one instance, the noise from a low-flying LAPD department helicopter led to confusion among officers who were shouting to hear one another and ended in a suspect's shooting death. About a month after the groups filed the public records request, they received a response from the sheriff's department that had identified responsive records and was reviewing the documents, but the department had yet to release the documents or issue any response, group stated in the lawsuit. Yep. And the sheriff's department claimed that they haven't had any opportunity to review the complaint. Yep. I'm telling you, man, it's always something, ain't it? It's always something. So here we go with another story going back to Memphis. The same now fired Memphis police officers who have been seen on body cam beating Tyree Nichols, leading to his passing, allegedly beat a black Army veteran 3 years earlier, according to a recently filed $5 million lawsuit. Monterius Harris was with his cousin on January 4th when he was suddenly swarmed by a large group of assailants wearing black ski masks, dressed in black clothing, brandishing guns, other weapons, hurling expletives, and making threats to end his life if he did not exit his car. The 38-page legal action, which was filed in Tennessee federal court on February 7th, names Emmett Martin III, Desmond Mills, Justin Smith, Demetrius Haley, and Tadarius Bean, all of who've been fired from the department and charged with second-degree murder in the connection to Nicholas's death. The lawsuit named the Memphis Police Department and 4 unknown officers who was listed as John Doe 1 through 4 on Thursday. The Shelby County District Attorney's Office announced it is reviewing all cases prior and pending of ex-officers Martin, Mills, Smith, Haley, and Bean. Memphis police couldn't immediately be reached Thursday evening, and the lawsuit alleges that more than a decade of police brutality, particularly against black men, and mentioned 2 specific cases, 2011 and 2015. In 2018, the federal court in Western District of Tennessee found that the Memphis Police Department violated a 1978 consent decree that prohibited unconstitutional spying on and surveilling citizens. According to the lawsuit, in recent years alone, an examination of defendant city of Memphis and the Memphis Police Department law enforcement practices paints a painful and sordid picture of its police force assaulting, abusing, and trampling the constitutional rights of the very citizens that it claimed it's there to protect and serve. Wow. That's deep. That is deep. So this guy was he was a veteran. They beat this veteran, man. Wow. These guys are just off the chain. They are off the chain. Yep. So I'm gonna do this last one right quick. Justin Pearson of Tennessee's 86 is back in Tennessee. 86th district is new to the inner workings of Nashville, but he's already making headlines. On Thursday, February 9th, the freshman lawmaker was sworn into office at the state capitol while wearing a dashiki. This dress is resistance, this Afro resistance, and what we're doing here is subversive to the status quo, and I think it's going to continue to make people uncomfortable, Pearson stated. Several members of the state's Republican Party have raised issues with Pearson's choice of attire. In particular, David Hawk of Greenville referred back to the moment in time when he wasn't allowed on the House floor because he didn't have on a tie. Objections from Pearson's colleagues were not enough to keep him from swearing in and enjoying his first day in office. Per the 113th General Assembly, permanent rules of order, standards of attire are determined by the House Speaker. However, there is no authoritative power given to the House Speaker that allows them to keep lawmakers from the floor due to attire. What's happening here is you have discriminatory practices and policies that to help homogenize this community to look and act like white older men, which is westernized European culture, which is in itself its own expression. Still, the state's Republican Party remains committed to keeping Pearson from wearing a dashiki on the House floor, referencing the bipartisan and unanimously approved rules for House decorum and dress attire is so they claim it's not a racist attack, and that's the Tennessee House Republicans stated that. Yep, and they trying to tell him if if you don't like the rules, then you should explore a different career. Wow. Anyway, Black History Month. That's right, Black History Month. Wear your shiki, brother. Wear your shiki, man. They can't tell you whether you can or can't wear your shiki if you want to. Kente cloth, wear it all. That's right, wear it all. Happy Valentine's Day. That's right, happy Valentine's Day. And happy Black History Month. Yep. And don't forget, y'all, you know who it is. You know who it is. Who it is.
Video news, y'all. It's KP's
That's right,
Video
y'all.
News, y'all.
Peace.